Okay guys, those who have been watching, you know this is the 42F Champ History Since New factory custom paint. It's light red. The custom paint is the arrow on the oil tank. That's factory paint. But in 42, Harley came out with a new style case. And we've been having a discussion on Facebook about 41 cases instigated by know-it-all, know-everything, Mr. Chris Haynes. And I'm going to tell you, for those who don't watch Facebook, what's happened. David Serafin owns a 41 bore knuckle. Now, anytime you have a restored bike, you lose the history. And there's always going to be some know-it-all expert who says, that was a put-together bike, it was never like that, it was never there. No matter how you build it, no matter how you restore it, there's always going to be somebody who's going to run their mouth. And that's exactly what Chris did. But he says that, exactly what I just said. He says that was a put-together bike, that never came that way. Mid-41, you're supposed to have long rib cases. It just really beat the bike up. Now, Chris has me blocked on Facebook, so I don't know exactly what he said. This is coming to me secondhand from other parties. So, until just tonight, which is the purpose of this video, I had always assumed that every one of 41 production had the short rib cases, and new information has come to light. So this is what we're making this video about. So I'm going to show you this bike, and I'm going to show you my 41. I'm going to point out some differences, and we're going to go look at some numbers on the screen on the big TV. We're going to talk a little bit. So let me grab the camera here. And it's important to understand that Harley Davidson, when they made a change in something, they did an experimental motor, they changed a case, they changed a frame, they document it somehow in the motor numbers. There was a reason why they changed those numbers. It was not a mistake. So here we have 42 numbers. This is history since new now on this bike, okay? These are real numbers. You've got lines in the number boss here. You've got way less mint here than the later casting. This is how the factory did it. That's absolutely bone stock. This machine's never been apart. So I started disassembling it. Alright? Never been apart. And we're not going to count little stupid ownership like that. As far as the whole machine, I'd bet anybody 100 grand when I pull them cylinders, I'm going to have a standard bore bike. You want to pony up? Let's go. $100,000 on the table. We'll do it together. So, anyways, let's go have a look at the 41. Now this bike here, the 41 says, somewhere in this pile of mess, I've got an enthusiast from about 95, 96, being the Harley enthusiast, with a picture of the original owner saying, I bought this bike brand new, I haven't done a thing to it besides rebuild the motor at 100,000 miles. Or maybe it was 150,000, something like that, some incredible amount. So it's got about 150,000 supposedly on it. And of course I just had Stan, my man, rebuild all my Speedos. So, but he put the Speedo back to the mileage that I got it with. 96,000 and something. Still beautiful cases. And here we have the 40 stampings. 40 case. Those are 40, 41 stampings. Use the same stampings in 40. Okay? The very same stampings. I don't have a 39 here to show you. So we're just going to leave 39 as an open book right now. But definitely 40, 41, they had the same stampings. Except for, get ready for it, here it comes. Except for, okay? Now I don't have any history on this photo. I have no history on it. I'm going to show you. So, This is where it stands right now. Okay. This is the highest 41 I have a photo of. Same number font, 5935. According to the legend begins, the last one off the line would be 6149. But here we have, that's my numbers on the left, that's my numbers, 1457. See all the meat going there on the side? See the lines in the number boss? Here we have a 42 number boss, 42 case, with 41 FL 61 something. But see, look at the 1. Look at the 1. Look at the 1. This is important. The 1 is still a 41 style 1. It is not a 42 style 1, which is a grouping flag. But it's got a 42 style top here on the top of the 4. So I believe, even though I have no other history on this photo besides this, at this point in time, with this information that's just surfaced, somewhere between 5935 and I don't know whether that's 6149, I don't happen to know what those other two numbers are, it's just a photo. Somewhere in that time period, they said, you know what, that's got a problem, we got these new cases, let's use it. So the last 211 or less of the 41s had the 42 style case. This is the information we have to go at this time. Remember, new information is always coming to light. That's why we're making this video. So it's very important. If somebody has this or has that, and somebody comes up with, 41 FL 5978, they're like, well, what happened to my short rib case? How come it's got this over here? Woo, woo, woo. Well, this, either one at this point in time could be correct. We don't have any information. That's new information if that number comes to light. So all this stuff is a detective story. It wasn't written down, or if it was, the records are lost. And the guys who built it didn't care, didn't remember, didn't write it down. There was no books. There was no Palmer book about a knucklehead in 1945 or 1955 or 1975. 1975, these were $500 motorcycles. Who the fuck cared? So we didn't even care in the 80s and early 90s. We didn't care. And so much history was lost and chopped and destroyed because nobody cared. They're still cheap, and everybody thought they were plentiful. So today, everybody wants a high-end OP, and nobody can find them because they've all been destroyed, and everybody wants it exactly like this and exactly like that. So this is the very best documentation that we have of the exact number sequence of the very late 41s, what happened. And it's still an exact mystery in between that, but we're getting closer, and we'll probably never know this number to that number. That was the change. We're probably not going to get that. So that's that, guys. That's the history lesson for tonight. And that little noise you're hearing in the background is my little temperature control unit, so I'm not freezing. And the bikes and I are doing just fine. I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.